Hi there, everybody. This is Chris Vanberg. I hope everybody's having a good evening tonight. Brian will not be joining me as he is traveling the world right now. He's out in Seattle with one of his clients. And so that leaves it up to me. I hope everybody's doing good this evening. Tonight, my goal is to spend a few minutes on recapping on everything that we've talked about the last few weeks as far as nutrition. And if you're not familiar, this is the first time joining us, Chris and I, and Brian and I are health coaches. We spend a lot of time, our brand is called Think Great Nutrition, and we spend a lot of time on educating people about both nutrition and mindset. And, so tonight I'm going to give you a little recap of what we've been covering the last couple of weeks and what we're going to cover over the next weeks incoming. So let me just get right into it real quick. So do me a favor, just turn off your cell phones, close your Facebook, go where it's quiet, get some water, take some notes, open your mind to what if things can change, right? Our whole goal for you is to be able to educate you and change your mindset about the way that you should take care of yourself. And have you heard this word? This word is called iatrogenesis. This is the way we want to talk about things because it's a very scary statistic. If you haven't heard of this, I'm going to educate you a little bit about it. First, we want to just give you a little education of why we do this, right? 4 leading causes of death in the United States is the last known data is in 2010. They don't really update the data much anymore. Now it's sort of on an individual basis. 2 leading causes of death, heart disease and cancer, both 600,000 people per year. And that's sad, right? So especially because these are preventable from lifestyle habits, right? Or 80% of these are preventable from lifestyle habits. Chronic lower respiratory diseases is 137, stroke is 128, also very preventable with lifestyle habits. 350,000 deaths per year linked to overweight and obesity, which means your weight is what is killing you, which is often you might die of heart disease or cancer, but obviously your weight is a huge factor. And then 220 to 450,000 deaths from preventable medical errors. I will talk about that more, but that is what iatrogenic deaths are. And that means preventable, which means the doctors or the hospitals made a mistake. Not they were treating you and you died anyway, but they made a mistake and accidentally killed you. Good news, 90% of deaths are preventable by lifestyle choices. There is light at the end of the tunnel. So we just want you to spend some time thinking about taking care of yourself, right? So many people come to us reactively because something has already gone wrong and they've already tried other things and they didn't work, and then they come to us. Our goal is for people to come to us sooner, right? Before you get sick. Because you know what? If you start taking care of yourself now and you start taking care of your body in the right way, your odds of getting sick dramatically go down, and then it won't be so reactive. You're being proactive with your health. A little bit about me and Brian. We've got a catch slogan that we like to say, which is if you don't make time for your wellness, you will make time for your illness. A couple of pictures of Brian and I. We do a lot of coaching, traveling. Personally, this is sort of a before and after picture of me, but if you don't know, 10 years ago, I was deeply involved in drugs and partying and until really my mom got sick, I never really thought about, really other people, right, in a different manner. And it was life-changing for me to really learn about that medicine and food were so similar, that people were treating things with medicine that they could really treat with food, because sometimes medicine is just masking your symptoms and food can reverse your symptoms. So for those that don't know, my mom suffered from fibromyalgia for 7 or 8 years. That was about 7, 8 years ago. I was able to treat my mom with food, and in about 5 months, all of her symptoms went away. And so she's teaching dance again for pretty much like the first time in 20 years, or she has been the last couple of years. And she can do it pain-free. You know, she still has to eat a certain way for the rest of her life, but that has become her lifestyle. And she has managed the disease to where she doesn't need the medications anymore. There's no point in seeing the doctor anymore because he wasn't helping. He didn't even believe that it was food and water that reversed her symptoms. It's just the world that we live in. So anyway, my spiritual transformation is even better than my physical transformation of my own, because it took me from a selfish individual to somebody that has just a heart for others. Brian and I just really believe in helping people, and you know, we make as much time as we can for people on a pro bono basis. We love to be able to help anybody we can. And, you know, there's a lot of sick people out there, and we love to help. The picture on me on the left is me speaking at the March Against Monsanto. I'm a big advocate for healthy foods. I'm not a big fan of genetically modified organisms. They're not the only thing in your diet that'll kill you, that's for sure. But there are, but most people are totally unaware of that. So I've been the speaker there for the last 2 years, probably end up speaking there again this year. Thousands of people show up on the Capitol steps every year. I think it's a big deal, and I enjoy it a lot. Just want to talk about some of our clients real quick, just to give you an idea. Carol, she suffered for 40 years. She just actually got one of the top real estate agents in Austin award too. That was pretty awesome. Really, with a store from the grocery, food from the grocery store, her difference in her ability to work out was dramatically different in a period of days. And that's been 6 months now. And so she has had just an amazing recovery from asthma. She moved around all over the country to try to go to drier climates and things. She's on all types of medications. And sure enough, a food at the grocery store was able to reverse her asthma. Russell went from 23% body fat down to 7%. This was over about a course of 6 months, 9 months, really. You know, went from really unhappy to his body, extremely proud of his body. And now when he can't see his six pack, he becomes very upset and he likes to focus. So we appreciate guys that are very highly motivated like Russell. You know, Chad is top producer, is a client of Brian's. He's actually owns his own real estate agent now, right? So one of the things we do is we don't just coach on the nutrition aspect to help people manipulate body fat, but we also coach on the mindset. Man, and I've met Chad a few times. He is such a great and positive guy. And so you just, you know, you want to learn from that and you want to be able to coach to that. And so, so props to him. Lilly is another one of Brian's clients. She dropped from 31% body fat down to 22 in 17 days. That's incredible. And you know, just to show you what can be done with food. And so we have a lot of people that come to us to manipulate body fat. But I'll tell you, one of the other things that's even more important about that statistic is you have just dramatically reduced your percentage and your chances of coming down with chronic illness or dying prematurely when you have reduced your body fat by that much. So that's dramatic. So Brian and I, we spent a lot of time focusing on this Think Great Nutrition series. This is what we've been working on the last 6 weeks or so. Tonight is the last night, actually. This is what we've covered so far. We spent a lot of time on diet theories and understanding what the pros and the cons of all these different diets are. Mediterranean diet, rich in oils and fats, South Beach diet, monitoring your carbs, zone diet, anti-inflammatory diet, Atkins diet, really helping you go and move into a sort of ketogenic. 80-20 rules or 90-10, which is basically what should I do a majority of the time, helps me manipulate that. Raw food eating, especially for like autoimmune diseases, and understanding blood type diet to help you avoid sort of food allergies and the lectins and keeping your blood and your body flowing freely. Immune system foods that really help you and understand that digestive flora. You know, they say that you're only 10% human because you have actually 10 times more gut bacteria than you have cells in your whole body. Your environment and the impact that it makes on your immune system, digestive flora, how to keep it healthy, good probiotics versus bad bacteria, immune boosting foods, understanding that really if you want to keep from getting sick, it's really in your diet. You know, emotional withholding, it has constipation and things in your digestive gut, fighting cancers with foods, genetically modified organisms. We spent a lot of time on acidic and alkaline balance in the body, right? How do you eat? How do you drink? How do you maintain a homeostasis is what they call that, which is a nice alkaline-based body. It really affects the vitamins and minerals and the absorption that you do. Really affects everything you do from a nutrient deficiency or nutrition efficiency. The importance of water in your body, right? And 95% of Americans walk around chronically dehydrated. They have a symptom called clumped red blood cells. Your red blood cells are sticking together, and instead of freely flowing and delivering oxygen and nutrients like they're supposed to. You know, look, that's a chronic symptom for most Americans, which can be treated with just water. And it's why I believe that, you know, so many Americans have this stimulant addiction to caffeine and sodas and sugar because they're running around dehydrated, and that actually gets their blood flowing. You know, proper digestive health, sunlight, why vitamin D is so good for you, good and bad foods. We spend a lot of time on symptom reversal foods, right? So just to list a few here, you've got mushrooms and why they're so potent and so great for your immune system. You've got golden beets, red beets, and it's beta-sitosterol, betaine, which is so good and like close to hemoglobin in your blood. Walnuts, why they're great for your brain, loaded with omega-3 fats, LA acids. Acai berries up in the top corner or left over corner, loaded with anthocyanins, which is one of the best antioxidants we found in the world, very anti-inflammatory. Things like bee pollen and that little funky plant in the bottom right, that's echinacea, how it can boost your immune system by up to 400%. Can't tell you how many times somebody just has a cold or flu or virus, and I'm just, the very first thing I tell them to get is echinacea. It makes such a huge, huge difference. Some people just take it all the time preventatively, but it's so good when it's acute too, right on time. Spent a lot of time last week balancing the hormones in the body. How can that be done for both men and women through your food? Things like maca root to speed up your metabolism, or goitrogens to slow down your metabolism, phytoestrogens to maintain your hormone levels, or why you eat zinc to maintain your testosterone levels, metabolic rate, and why you eat certain ways to speed up or slow down your metabolism. Autoimmune symptoms and how to reduce them. There's so many things in your diet that are causing your immune system to be irate. And there's so many immune system failures, right? So, you know, there's so many things about cooked food, raw food diets. There's so many things with food allergies causing your immune system to go hyperactive. And just maintaining and monitoring the way you eat really has a great impact on autoimmune diseases. Anti-cancer foods. There's so many published medical studies on foods for certain types of cancers, yet nobody ever hears about them when you go to the doctor because doctors don't study that. There's no money in prescribing you a food. They can prescribe you a medicine. But if you look and you do the research, there's so much amazing and powerful education that can be done with just food to fight cancer. I always like to bring up the Gerson therapy. Gerson was a doctor back in the 30s that just believed that the way we were fighting cancer was all wrong and we should do it through foods. They used to have an institute out in California that would take in patients and, you know, they wouldn't take anybody that does chemotherapy, and they put you on a 12 juices a day of organic fruits and vegetables. They give you vitamin C injections, and their survival rate, 5-year survival rate, was much higher with every type of cancer patient that they took for people that went there. And the rule was that you couldn't do chemotherapy. Well, they got basically kicked out of the United States. They're down in Mexico now, but they're still running. If for cancer is something that you're struggling with, I would highly look into that. This is a little testimony from one of my clients, Jamie. The reason why I like this testimonial is because I worked with her many years ago. And if you listen, she spends a little time talking about how she was helping her patients. Let's see if I can get this to play.
Hi, my name is Jamie, and I'm a nurse. And I met Chris Vanberg about 3 years ago, going on 3 years ago, when I was in nursing school, through a mutual friend who was also interested. Hi, my name. Well, if you're interested in nutrition and just a healthier lifestyle, then you need to call this guy Chris. So, and she also said you need to be drinking alkaline water, and I was like, I never heard of that, you know, but I'll give him a call because I was curious. So I call him up, and he says, "Yeah, come on over, and I'll tell you all about it." And so I did, and then ever since then I went and got alkaline water from him like every other week or sometimes every week, depending on how much I was drinking. And then we talk about food and just, I don't know, whatever. He's got so much knowledge. I felt like I needed a paper and pen to write everything down. So anyways, I was always kind of interested in food and just how to present it to my patients as a nurse and make it more user friendly and for myself and my family as well. So after I graduated, I moved back home to Oregon, and moved back in with my parents for a while, and my brother and his wife and 2 kids live next door, and both of the kids had food allergies. So I talked with their mom about eliminating dairy and gluten and just kind of cleaning up their food choices and making more meals at home and water and just kind of everything. So we did all that for a couple months, and neither one of the kids has any skin issues anymore. They're not acting out anymore because they were having some behavioral issues. And not only did I get my brother and his wife and their kids on board, but my parents as well. So everybody is just kind of more aware of what they're eating now. And yeah, everybody's doing really good. My dad lost a bunch of weight. My mom is sleeping better, and she was having some adrenal fatigue. So we introduced some different foods that helped with that. And now that I'm a mom, I'm doing my.
So anyway, I don't, sometimes the sound doesn't work. I don't know if everybody was able to hear that or not, but listen, I was able to help Jamie many years ago. She brought her parents in, helped her dad lose weight. He had heart issues. I was able to get fixed. We were able to work on her mom who had sleeping issues and adrenal fatigue. We were able to fix all that. And then just because the parents were able to make such a powerful change, her brother and his family, and their kids even. So they were having food allergies because, the formulas that they give children are filled with so many high food allergies. And, sometimes you just don't realize that it's making your kids sick. This is the reason why your kids are getting sick. It's just a simple thing of what you're feeding them. And so anyway, just love being able to help somebody a few years ago that ended up being able to help her whole family. And that's what we wish for our clients, right? Not only to be able to just help them, but be able to spread that knowledge, make them a believer, and share that knowledge with so many other people. So our next series that we're going to do, tonight's the last week of our nutrition series. If you're still interested and you want to catch up, we recorded all those series, which we're happy to share that information with you. We can still sell that to you. And the next series that we're going to start here in a few weeks is Mindset series. And I'll tell you, this is what we learned for sort of the training world, right? When Brian and I, we met at the personal training department at 24 Hour Fitness 10, 12 years ago. And he taught me everything I knew about working out and sort of fitness nutrition. Well, over the next 10 years, we studied everything that goes around like disease reversal, or what we call symptom reversal nutrition, and powerful nutrition, 100 different diet theories, went to all these different nutrition schools. But over the last 4 or 5 years, right, we realized as a trainer, you learn that food is the key to helping somebody have a healthy body. But once we knew food and training, we realized that it was neither of those. It was their belief systems and their mindset that determined whether they were going to be successful or not. And so we knew we had other stuff to study. So we started studying things like acupressure, body language, conscious language, mindset, life coaching, because understanding the human mind and the soul and what's going on in their spirit was so much more important than just to be able to help them on the surface of their physical and their emotional areas, right? So really diving down into what's bothering to somebody and helping them, and how do we help them change their lifestyle habits. So if you've ever seen Brian and I's work shirts, right, on our sleeve we have God, family, health, and business. That's our priorities in that order: God, family, health, and business. And everybody just wonders, oh, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time. But we teach you how to make time by prioritizing the things that are most important to you, and to line up with how you have structured your goals. And then you fill in the stuff with the top things that you have time for. Limiting belief systems, everybody's got them. Everybody has had fear, pain, and anger and anguish and and stress and anxiety and all types of stuff that have happened to us in the past that sort of limit what we believe we're capable of. And we all have them. So we all must find ways to move past them and break them because they're not real. They're limiting beliefs because they're just a belief, and you can move past them. And one of the ways we do that is actually the words, right? The power of affirmations, reaffirming to yourself who you really are, because the fear and the anxiety and the anger and all these things that you have believed are not real. They're just emotions and feelings, and you can direct them in the right place. You can reaffirm to yourself who you really are. And that all goes into changing your belief system, changing your language, which is still a really simple way that you speak that also directs how you feel. Like when you say, I need to do something. When you say I need to do something, there's this negative connotation to it. There's this I have to choosing. Instead of you saying I choose to do something, right? Choosing says, I desire this thing, right? And I am going after to do this thing. So when you say need and want, these are words of lack. These are telling your body that you're in a state of lack. So when people say that I want something all the time, or I want this new car, or I want to go on vacation, they're saying to themselves that I'm not happy until I have this thing or this person or this place, okay? And so you're putting yourself into a state of lack. That's why the Bible says thou shalt not want, because wanting puts yourself into a state of lack. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't desire other things, right? Or other places or other statuses, because desire means of the Father. It means you will be granted it at some time as a gift from your Father, right? If that's not a belief in God, I don't know what is, but it's a beautiful thing. And beware of self-sabotage, right? Because we are all self-sabotaging in certain ways and shapes and forms. It's why we keep failing time and time again. It's not a lack of willpower, it's self-sabotage. And we need to teach you why these things are there and how to break them and why they're lies and they're not true. So tonight we're making you an offer if you're interested. This is the series on Think Great Nutrition that we just covered. If you're still interested in that, you can let us know. Feel free to send us an email. If you're interested in the mindset offer, it's a 4-week course. It's going to be $497. We're offering it for $197. If you're watching this on the Think Great Nutrition link, there should be a link below to buy it today. It'll be 4 live webinars. We'll all be recorded. It'll all be about changing your mindset and helping you truly be successful, right? You'll get our recipe books. You'll get access in our closed Facebook group. You'll get a consultation with either Brian and I, and you'll give you a couple other videos. Might be a Jetty Secret videos, might be some of our nutrition videos, because we want you to be successful. So please let us know if you're interested. You can just sign up on the link below, or you can email us. We just want you to know, listen, between Brian and I, we've spent over 100,000 coaches this year alone. In fact, Brian and I just got back from LA, where we're meeting with one of our other coaches, Ted. We've worked together with over 13,000 people. We've mastered the basics. Learn the secrets that you can be successful for life. We can teach you how. Listen to me, I can do my taxes every year if I wanted to learn, or I wanted to use some software to be able to help me. But you know what? My CPA saves me so much time and energy, and I know that they're done right. It's the same thing with your health. It's the reason why you go to doctors for some aspect. But you got to understand, doctors don't study what we study. They don't study about stress. They don't study about your mindset. They don't study about foods. Less than 6% of graduating physicians even have 3 credit hours in nutrition. They don't study nutrition, and that's what we study. We truly study the way to master your health. And it's through little things: air, water, food, consciousness. And so that's what we're going to spend our next program on. We want to be able to help you. Please, our goal is to have you have more joy and peace about your life. So just remember this: if you don't make time for your wellness, you will make time for your illness. We want you to be able to sign up with us today because we care about you. We care about you. We care about your friends. We care about your family. We love you. So if you don't make time for your wellness, you will make time for your illness. We hope you sign up today. Love you lots. Have a great day.